Hello, friends. Hope you enjoy this one. It is Cure versus Special, and while it looks a little one-sided to start, believe me, this series absolutely delivers. A stick through it, you will be rewarded. But of course, before we get into the games, again, it's the reminder, you know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe really does help me out, and I stream on Twitch every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern, EPT NA, 10 p.m. Eastern, or 11 p.m. Eastern now, EPT Korea, 3 p.m. Eastern on Saturday as well for Apprentice Cup, and every Tuesday, Thursday for the duration of any Apprentice, 7 p.m. Eastern as well. And also, again, I do upload pretty much daily. Try to put up a series a day on this channel. So, again, make sure to subscribe for that. But now, folks, it's Cure Special, Game 1. In the bottom right, in the blue, in this grand finals, in this TVT for PSISTORM Special. In the upper left, in the red, for Dragon Phoenix Gaming, the EPT Korea champion, Cure. Hello there, Panamera, Crash Fist Fight. Thank you so much for the follows, everyone. Glad you're here. And I understand that was probably not the best cast I've ever done with Big. It's the only cast I've ever done with Big, but learning someone else, learning their style, especially when 99% of the time I'm casting with Steadfast, we have our own beat, our own report. It's the reason I asked him, as cool as it is, I mean, it's not for exposure. It's not me trying to say, well, I want to be my name to be linked with Pig, and therefore that'll make my YouTube gets more hits, or I get more follows on Twitch. No, what it really is I don't have a lot of practice working with the A-stream guys and girls, A-stream people. I got Steadfast, and I have a good rapport with Steadfast. I think we work really well together, but that's been a year in the making. I really want to make it to that next level, and in doing so, one of the best things I can do is just get practice working with people like Pig, like Zombie Grub, like Wardy, these people that are at the highest, like Fear Dragon maybe, these people that are at the highest level, because A, they're better than I am, and I learn a lot by working with them, but also because I am able to, it's getting experience, understanding different styles, it's learning to mesh with different things, and that's the big deal. It's Cure now running onto the high ground, putting the SCV first does now mean that he does get the first shot, but with the Marine here as well, the SCV goes down. Cure does not win the fight anyways, so already special. Oh, he's got the line of sight though, so run away, Reaper, run away, and it's gonna go down now. This might start to snowball just a little bit because Cure went for a second. Reaper natural will be delayed. And this was Reaper Marine into Reactor. This is kind of a problem. Oh, he's going to be able to maybe... No, okay, the Factory should get on up, but it will be delayed here. And Factory getting up is the moment where this push is just not nearly as useful as it might otherwise be. But it's a snowball! GG Cure takes game 1. In the bottom left here, in the red, his name for Dragon Phoenix Gaming, up 1-0. Cure. In the upper right, in the blue, he is for PSISTORM Gaming, the Mexican Terran, the LATAM champion, Special. I'd argue that counts as a disastrous game number 1 for Special, and Cure leaning into things. He was doing this to Gumi. Yeah, he did this to Gumiho as well, I think. Hey, thanks for the resub, Fosure. 6 months in a row. Pretty much as long as I've had you mod, I think. I really appreciate it. No, I'm not doing a naked stream. That gets me banned from Twitch. I'm not doing a CrossFit stream because I don't do CrossFit. And I'm not giving you a diamond ring because 6 months of subscriptions does not buy me a diamond ring. Maybe a plastic gem like you would get at an amusement park. And does a Twitch bot count as a robot? I mean... Oddly enough, people on the internet, they talk about little AI crawlers as robots, which is not true, and it's not accurate, but anyway. And I mean, Xerxes, first of all, I like the name. Great callback. Anyway, Xerxes, Fear Dragon is at the highest level. Evidence, he gets invited to IEM Katowice, and also his puns are top tier. Beert T2, casting, I'm really taking it day by day. If I was told, hey, look, you're going to get invited to, if you could take Maynard's spot, as an example, because Maynard's not here anymore. They're not a lot of people that focus on the play-by-play and the hype casting, whatever side of things. If I could do that. Oh, no. Special Command Center on the low ground as the Reapers arrive. Well, that's a delayed command center. That's a problem. Special's Reapers on the other side of the map. He's got one coming on out here. And yeah, sure. Hellions are on the way. This is your Barracks double gas reactor expand. It's the best way to play the game right now. It's the safest way to play the game. But, oh, another SCV goes down. Reaper's going to get chased down here. Cure. Nice pull there from Special. Will keep himself alive for the moment. But now 3 Reapers. They two-shot SCVs. SCVs as buffer don't really do much of anything. And it looks like the Reaper on the other side from Special does get cleaned up here. But now, okay, Hellion arrives. And that should be able to clean this up for now. But 7 workers. And it's 3 Reaper again. Nice split here. So actually, wait, the Reaper, another one goes down, but it's going to be a dead Hellion as well. Reaper's going to have to chase this one down, looking for the repair. Reaper's got to be very careful to not run through the mineral line because that's where things get problematic. Reaper, 1-2 shot. No, the Hellion gets it. Finally, Special holds for the moment. The snowball is not going to happen in the most extreme extent. But even still, great damage there from Cure early. And that's where we are. But anyway, to answer that question now that the game has calmed down just a little bit, I'm not putting any cap on myself. I'm a PhD student. In 2 years, hopefully, I will have a PhD. That is the work goal I'm working on. My thesis proposal is due to my PI in about 3 weeks, which is when I go and I say, this is what I want to write my thesis on. So ideally, in 2 years, I'll be done. I will be walking. I will have matriculated. I'll have that dissertation. I'll have that PhD. So that is the timeline on effectively, can I do this as often as I do now? Because as a PhD student, I really make my own hours. But if ESL said, yeah, we're going to hire you for every event, you're going to be Maynard level. And again, that requires me to get much better. I would seriously consider it. I mean, it'd be really cool to be a full-time caster for a couple of years. Anyway, the Reapers are going to find more value. 3 workers go down. At this point, any value they get, it's great because they were not going to be all that useful anyways. What happened with Maynard? He just decided he didn't want to do it anymore. He realized with COVID, and this is not me speaking for him. This is just me parroting what he said on stream. But it sounds like he kind of realized that the strain on his life from casting from Australia and traveling all the time was putting a big strain on his health, was putting a big strain on his relationship with his wife. And he just decided, I don't want to do it anymore. Coupled with maybe StarCraft was getting a little bit less exciting for him, he found other ways. And I know he always had a cool software engineering job he could get back on, but he's doing a good job streaming as well. But in general, yeah, it was a hypothetical. Although if there's anyone's role in the scene I want to take, or I want to model myself on, it would be Maynard. That play-by-play, I think it's probably my best asset as a caster, and it's what I'm trying to lean into. But now Special here in the high ground. He's got a nice siege up on the tank, so the tech lab goes down. We're not going to see more tanks coming out of Cure for a little bit. No more Cyclones as well. And good lock-on from Cure. Will be able to get on top of that. But now Medevac says, just run away. You lost vision. So Cure locked into one base for the moment. As we have a barracks landed here, I'm almost expecting to see it build Marines or Reapers or something, but for now, it is a technically a one-base Terran. It's a one-base Terran technically against a one-base Terran, but Cure has a second command center. Cure actually has a third command center on the way. He's a cheeky boy. He understands that he's not going to get broken with the setup that he does have, so tanks move forward, looking for range. Cyclone goes down. What a cheeky boy. What a cheeky boy. But now Liberator Siege up here. Cyclone has actually used his lock-on, so this tank, will not go down. Nice use of the Raven energy there. Second Raven ready now, but now Special's going to continue moving on in. Big news, though, he's taking it natural. He's not just turning this into a one thing all in, as though the tank's going to go down. There's actually not a lot of tech here, and with healing as well, Special may be able to make something happen. Looks like, I'm not exactly sure what died there. Well, it wasn't the Cyclone. Cyclone very low, though. Tank's moving on forward. Especially he's double the army supply up here. He may be able to make this one work. Yeah, there's a second tank out on the way. Cyclone going to look for the lock-on, and it will be able to kill this off, I think. Liberator's going to have to unsiege, run away. Cyclone has to be careful. Does not want to run into tank range, but now Medevac very low. Cyclone very low. And as good as it was looking for Special for... Oh, wait. Double Viking. Actually, this is going to be pretty nice as well. One Raven has died. Double Viking situation. You're Special pumping out 2 Vikings at a time. And remember, his natural's done now. He's turning it into an orbital. He's clawing his way back economically in this game, even as Cure has the 3rd base. He can't really do too much with it. So now the Vikings running on forward. Liberators slowly sieging up on the edge of things, forcing more shots on the tanks. Another one? Not a 3rd. But there is now a big area of dead space that exists on the map here for Cure. Or for Cure, where he cannot be. So now we're going to see the Cyclone go down, but there's a tank on the high ground now. And we're going to start to see some of these tech labs go down. Which, again, just diminishes the production of our Terran player. And it's not like Cure, as much as he's building 4 Marines at a time, it's not like he's ever going to have stim all that quickly. Which means that there's not a point where the Marines, they just hit critical mass, they stim and they kill off these tanks. So this is starting to look pretty good here for Special. He's up 30 army supply, but now this is going to be the break here. Raven going to go on in, dropping 1 disruption, but 3 tanks. They're still here. Marines on the low ground, actually. They don't want to move on in just yet. So many SCVs are going down. 14, 15 going down. And yeah, there's 1 tank on the low ground. Looks like eventually Cure cleans this up, but at what cost? Special, he ties the series up. In the upper right, in the blue, taking game 2 with a really cool push after almost game-ending damage for PSISTORM. Special. His opponent in the bottom left in the red, tied up in this series, the online warrior, the online champion, Cure. And it cannot be understated just how much of a comeback game number 2 was. Special took nearly game-ending damage, but he realized that he had a lot of stuff, and he could go into his opponent's base and maybe try to find some value, siege up the ramp, and he was able to do so. So now Special in this game number 3, he's got a proxy on the map. This one, though, is Proxy Marauders. 1 barracks at home for Marines and a reactor. 1 barracks abroad for Marauders and a tech lab, concussive shells, all those things. And this is something that it is not the easiest thing for Cure to scout, because for all intents and purposes, gas mining will be a little bit different because this was not 2 gases taken at the same time. But for all intents and purposes, everything else kind of just looks like a normal base setup. Special maybe even to wall the SCV out, and he does. Cure has no idea what's happening, and no idea what's happening. Maybe, well, maybe enough to tell him what's going on here. So Cure for now, double gas, or barracks double gas factory. That build that is, I'm not going to say old as time, but has been the only build played in TVT for the most part for quite a while. But oh, the Reaper's going to find this immediately. Ah, oh, great scout here from Cure. Now he knows what he's dealing with. He saw the barracks at home. He sees the barracks on the other side of the map. Yeah, but that's the way I see it. If I have a PhD and all the job experience that I have, I'm pretty confident that I will be, especially my partner is also a pretty awesome engineer working down in Texas. And with the connections I have, I'm pretty confident, even if I go full-time casting for a couple of years, I would be able to get a job if casting dries up, if it doesn't work out. But who knows? Apollo directly tweeted to me saying, hey, great job on the production in Katowice, and he didn't shout out any other talent. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe I just get a job at ESL and go from there in 2 years. I don't know. We'll see. But for now, Marauder and Bunker on the low ground. Cure knows better than to move up onto the high ground, and this bunker here will make it so that Special can't get much done. But Special, he's reacting already. He has effectively a 2-1-1 setup. Natural is going to be on the way. Not too much behind where Cure is at the moment, but Cure made 2 Reapers. He's going to run across the map, and Special, oh, that's unfortunate. So, Command Stone on the low ground will be delayed. It would have been delayed on the high ground as well. But now 2 Reapers in the main base. Special, though, he's read this. He's got it. So, he made 2 Reapers as well, which means this Reaper is dead. Better than a doornail. Maybe it will be able to escape, but no, it's dead. Okay. 2 SCVs go down. But now we're going to see the Marauders trying to move high ground. Vision being provided by this barracks. But with the Cyclone here, double, or the bunker, double Marine in it, it's not really all that useful. Did Special? Okay, no, Special did still get concussive shells. Marty, oops. Yeah, do I have that? Oh, there's no match arena for this tournament. That was a holdover from Sunday. I do apologize. And tanks are powerful things, so this is going to get broken by Cure just now. The question, though, is whether Special did enough damage. He has delayed the natural being taken for a little bit, which means his command center will be on location and mining faster than Cure is as the Reapers look to dive on in. I don't think it gets much of anything, though. One SCV goes down. Okay. Well, the bunker will be salvaged. There it is. 75 minerals in the bank of Special. But okay. The powerful play goes on, and they contribute a verse. Banshee's on the way for both sides. That's cool. You don't see Banshees all that often in this matchup at all. So the fact that Special and Cure are both going for it, it's a similar read. Both players saying, okay, my opponent has committed a lot to early game stuff. They're not going to have as much anti-air. Maybe I can find some value. Although, Cure does have Cyclones. Oh, okay, this is actually really cool. So I think what we have happening here, Cure is going for Banshees as part of an all-in. Or at least as part of a pressure build. This is not going to be Banshees dancing at the edge of things. I think he's going to run across the map with his Cyclones, with his tanks. And go from there. Ah, thank you, Foshers. That actually... That feedback form may be closed by now. I'm not sure. But I'm glad you gave amazing feedback. And actually, no, Cure. Okay, he's just going to run across the map. What do we have? Is this 2 Banshees? No, that's just the tech lab. The Banshee in the main base of Special starting to find value. 3 workers will go down. Looks like it's going to be 4. Special a little bit late on the pull. His Marines are not where they need to be. And with the lack of Cyclone, it's kind of, or Vikings, it's really hard to deal with this Banshee, despite, well, the fact that they're not all that common. So, Cure. High watermark has been set. Banshee will not go down, just barely. High watermark has been set. 6 workers go down, but Special, he gets none. Capiche. Absolutely nothing. And Banshee. Okay. Banshee is sitting on literally 2 HP. But Cure's army now, it's not that much bigger than his opponent's, but 4 tanks to 3. There's a, well, I guess there's a Raven, but the Cyclone as well does add a lot onto where we are. But luckily for Special, he's building Vikings, A, to deal with the Banshee, B, to deal with the army running onto the other side of the map. But Cure doesn't have to do anything here. His game is already in a wonderful spot. He's got his 3rd base on the way. He's already up 10 workers. He really does not have to do much of anything. Special, luckily for him, he's figured out where the things are going. He's got his 3rd base on the way as well. But we are, again, we're going to start to see some deviations, excuse me, in the play of these 2 players. Because, again, Special, he's 10 SCVs less. His income is, right now, mostly in minerals, but also in gas, just lower here. So his upgrades are going to be delayed. His tech labs are going to be delayed. Looks like that's the corner he is cutting. But now Cure running out onto the map just a little bit. Scan on the high ground. Tanks, they will siege up, though, so Cure will not find his way to the high ground. That's something. He's not going to be able to shove his way in just yet. And that is a way you can throw a TVT. From a winning position, you can absolutely go get aggressive, have some fun, and run into 6 siege tanks, lose your entire army, and suddenly the lead is massively reset. But for now, look at this posturing. So Special has... He has a Viking lead, although he has to be careful that he doesn't get knocked down with Cyclones. But Special, even though he's not the best spot economically, in a tech perspective, all these things, but, oh, he's going to get the 3rd base. Special, he's found the position he needs to be. The 3rd base is burning. There are no SCVs here, but no, Cure rotates just in time. Vikings not choosing to stick it out to try to see if they can snipe the base in exchange for army. And okay. For now. Oh, Special's going to try to take this fight. Raven gets shut down, but oh, there's so many more tanks here for Cure. So everything is dying. Special, he had to make something happen. He had to take a fight, but he did not have all of his tanks there. This tank's going to go down as well. Vikings getting landed, but I would not be surprised to see Special tap out right now. There we go. GG. Cure 2-1. Spawning in the bottom right in the red. He's up 2-1 in this series. Looking damn fine for Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Cure. And looking to prove that even if he's not in Korea, he can still play like one for PSISTORM. Special. Oh no, I opened my phone. And if my phone is just asleep for a while, it doesn't push me up, push me updates, notifications too much, which is nice. But I opened it up because I got a notification, and then I get all my notifications. I have a smartwatch, and that's where it buzzes, not on my phone, so I don't have double buzz in my pocket. And my phone or my wrist, excuse me, just started buzzing, which is fun. But it was for good things because people were following me on Twitter and YouTube and everywhere else, and I appreciate that. Continuous growth, but not to be like a tumor, because technically a tumor is also just uninhibited, unimpeded growth. This is directed growth, hopefully. But for game number 3, or game number 4, wow, excuse me, I can count. It's hard, but Pig showed us that if he can do it, anyone can. But we're in game 4, Berlingrad. Again, that's where we are. And no proxies on the map just yet. No one doing anything too gosh darn crazy. Barracks double gas factory into command center is the build you all know and love. So we're gonna have to see what happens. We're going into the mid game. Berlingrad has actually given us some insane TVTs as of late. Timer Young game 2, no, game 3. Timer Young game 3 on that map was awesome. Time versus Clem from EPT EU today looked fantastic from the little of it that I saw in general. Berlingrad, it is short enough that Terrans can be aggressive, and it is long enough, or it is, yeah, it's long enough that the game does not devolve into madness too soon. It's like I said, that middle ground. And while it's not my favorite map in the pool, because it's not as good, it's not as interesting, it doesn't give us as good maps in every matchup, I think it's probably my favorite TVT map. But for now, starport's on the way from both players. Builds being pretty much mirrored. Cure going for aggressive options just a little bit more, though. He's building 3 Reapers instead of 2. He's going up to double Hellion. He's going to look to run across the map with that. But Special being a little bit more defensively minded, a little bit more macro minded, as he's got a tech lab on his factory much quicker. He's going to go into Cyclones, and that is a great position. That means that you can hold things pretty easily. You're fine. These are just really 2 ways to get into the same idea, to get into that same mid game. And in all honesty, Cure may not even move across the map. Sometimes you see players go for something like this, and it is just purely defensive to try to catch their opponent being aggressive off guard with the same idea. So Cure may be slightly behind because he got all these early game units that he does not really have much of a use for, which means Special is going to get his second Cyclone out faster. He can get a Banshee out, which is what he's doing. But I don't know how I feel about this. Oh, wait. Let's see. Reaper running into the natural. Was there a second? Yeah, 1 Reaper went down. But Special is going to get the scout off. He says, okay, I see you got a lot of stuff here. I see a Cyclone's already out. That will inform how he wishes to play the game. As the Banshee number 1 does pop out. And this means, theoretically, he's going to try to wait a little longer. He is going to try to maybe not run in with the Banshee at Toot Sweet immediately in the game, but instead wait for Cure's army to show on the other side of the map, catch him sleeping, and he's going to be successful in doing so because Cure running onto the other side of the map here. He wants to put some pressure on Cyclones, trading lock-on for lock-on, but Reaper's diving on top of one of them. Cyclone goes down, and actually, no, I'm sorry, that Cyclone was not locked onto. Banshee running on into the natural here. There's not a lot to there's actually no anti-air. There are 2 Marines, but that doesn't really count. So Banshee can get potential significant value here. 2 workers are going to go down to start. Will be 3 Special moving into the main base now. And sure, there's a Raven. It will drop an auto turret, but that doesn't really do much of anything. It just zones the Banshee out from one part of the... Actually, wait, Special? It should not have done anything, but Special was distracted by the fact that Cure was running on into his side of the base, but still 8 workers, 9 workers have gone down. Special getting tremendous value here, and the Banshee's still alive. Marines return, and that means the Banshee should eventually... No, it's not going to go down just yet. Banshee on 2 HP, but it's... Oh, it's going to get 12. It gets 13. Special's okay with that. Special very happy about that one. Finds himself up 11 workers, up 12 workers, and yeah, his economy, or excuse me, his army supply, it's down a little bit, but it's TVT. Breaking a Terran is tougher than cracking a walnut. Although I guess walnut's not all that hard. Oh, There we go. Line of sight abuse specials just sitting in the tall grass. A wild Rattata appears. Or Rattata. A wild Rattata appears. Special, of course, again, he's really taking advantage of this position that he's in. He's got his third base done. It's an orbital. He's got triple mules. He's got triple scans. All of these fun things. And does he go by? Yeah, okay. He's going to go bio behind this. But if there ever was a game where Special wins a macro game, this really should be it. He killed 12 SCVs. He took almost no damage on the other side of the map. He just traded army for army. This is a game where Cure's going to have to fight really hard to come back into things. But of course, his TVT comeback potential is always a thing, as Raven's dropping auto turrets. But unfortunately, they're desynced, so you can't really go and put auto turrets on both sides of the mineral line and cause problems there. So 4 workers will go down. That looks like, well, actually, I think there's energy for 1 more. There we go. So 5 workers are going to go down. Your SCV is actually getting pulled to kill, and that's not what you want there, Special. So 7 workers go down, but, oh, man. Not worth it anymore, because both Ravens died. Special has both of his Ravens, and he has energy on both of those Ravens. So now, as Cure tries to push in, well, it's going to be a bunch of Raven disables versus not a lot. Cure went for 3 Ravens, though, which is something. It means he has 1 Raven on the aggression, but again, we saw it use this energy, not find much gain. Now, Special, he's catching up in army supply. He's massively head and take, actually. Stim is much closer to completing. He's got extra tech lab or extra eBays. He's on 3 barracks, much faster than his opponent. So while he was down in army supply for just a little bit, because he did commit some of his army for the economy of his opponent, at this point, Special, his push is looking scary here. He's going to look to disable as many tanks as he can. Probably wait for Stim, actually. And there we go. 1 tank gets disabled, so the tanks move forward just a little bit. But Cure does get the unsiege, so that Raven energy is not going to be the most impactful. Will not allow Special to really wedge his way on in and start to take a tank lead. Where are we at in a Viking count? It's 5-4, not at the point where Special really feels comfortable to be able to... Oh, hey, that's nice. 1 tank's going to go down just through the abuse of the abuse of the line of sight blockers, abuse of tall grass. And there we go. Now tank's going to be disabled. Cure doesn't have it this time. So Special runs on in. The tanks that can fire things, they're getting disabled. Tanks are just dying here. And that is going to be all 3 Specials got the break right here, right now. The tanks of Cure are now dead. Vikings, they're on the ground. You want to lift them, but actually lifting them at this point doesn't do anything. Ravens are now dying by the tanks. They're moving forward. Yet more. Tanks are exploding. Marines are exploding. Special's got vision on the ground. He says, I don't need vision in the air. And the tanks actually, they're going to go down. Vikings really good against mechanical units. So yeah, sure. Cure has the Viking lead. He has a bunch of things. What he does not have is a chance in this game. Tank staging up once again. We're going to see auto turrets get dropped, but they're not doing much of anything. Hey, the Vikings actually. From Cure, they're doing a good job, and we talked about how good Vikings are against mechanical units. Special's tank fleet is evaporating. But it's a 30 army supply lead. Special, he has his 1-1 just about done. It looks like the corner Cure cut, he only got 1 eBay instead of 2. And that means a lot. That means that his Marines will not fight well against Special's Marines whatsoever. Combat shield's done for Special as well, taking account for the fact that, yeah, sure, Cure, he's got his +1 attack a little bit faster than Special's 1-1, but 2 upgrades are better than 1, and arguably combat shields far more important than a single eBay upgrade in this game. And actually, it looks like Cure, he did have 2 eBays. He just forgot it or opted not to get it. Again, from an economic perspective, I guess. But okay, Special now, again, moving forward, trying to own the map. 4th base on the way. 1-1 just about done. Armory timed out decently well. Not perfectly, but good enough. But as Cure has shown us, it's difficult to get a drop in on him. Although it looks like Special's going to be able to do that right here, right now. What? 14 Marines, 16 Marines in a medevac. They're going to move on in. 2 dropped on the natural, but you got to unload these now. Special Vikings will be able to deal with your medevacs, but it's 1-1 versus just +1. There is some healing here. Vikings are taking it down, but already Special, he's just taking a good trade. Despite losing those medevacs, he takes a positive Marine trade. He's going to try to maybe knock down a couple SCVs, but will be unsuccessful in that one. Here, though, his tier 2 upgrades, they're a little bit faster. His his tier 2 attack is just a little bit faster, but this game's going like Berlingrad games tend to go. It's not glittering ashes, so you don't have a 7 minutes of doldrums where not much happens. Instead, we have a game that both players, they kind of hit each other upside the face, but they can't kill because it is just choked out enough. And the reinforcement points are just close enough that you got to go back, do it again. So especially he's up 20 workers. He's going to move in for a double drop once again. This time, okay, into the main base once again. And I believe there are, oh no, there's still 8 Vikings. Okay. So, but now the entire army is able to unload once again. Special does not have that army supply lead. Standing on top of things. The medevacs die, but they're just not a lot of Marines here. Not just yet. So Special takes a much better setup this time. Armory goes down. Please kill the army. There we go. So +1 army, or +1 ground attack goes down here. The planetary is going to start to burn. 100. Yeah, it's dead. So planetary is dead. Air fleet going down here. This is the damage that Special has been looking for. He's going to delay +1 armor. He's going to delay +2 attack as well. Tanks have sieged on up. Actually, maybe the tank's going to be able to clean this one up. So yeah, +2 attack will not be canceled just yet. But this drop is found so much here. 1-1 Marines. Killing off a planetary, not something you see every day. Granted, wasn't a planetary just yet, but even still. Even still. All right, so this Marine's going to stim on in, sitting on tank range, and delay a command center. Okay. The hero Marine, but no, he's not playing in this tournament. Cheeky little move there from Special. The Marine with literally 5 HP that has been stimmed 3 times. Or 4 times, actually. Sitting on top of the tank saying, ah, you can't touch me. Can't touch me. Can't touch me. All right, now, so Special's going to scan out the right side and the left. He's going to say, okay, wait, there's not a lot here. Let's go have some fun. What do you say? SCV's going. Oh, he's just going to target the planet, the orbital down. Does he have the DPS for it? Looks like the answer is no. In hindsight, Special probably should have killed the SCVs, but still, he forces his opponent to reposition. He's at 50 supplies. 3-3 is on the way. It's +2 for Cure. That's all he's got. And he can't move into anything else. Sitting here without an armory until just now. Now, this drop is going to get scouted out here. Special's not going to be able to do much of anything. The Viking lead is a powerful phenomenon, and it really is putting the freeze, the deep freeze on what Special wants to do, but he's going to be able to reposition himself now. And the point of these Vikings, by the way, is not to win the air battle. It's just to knock the Liberators down. So the bio here, once again, is going to find this 4th base. It's going to get stimmed down. That's going to be another dead. Actually, no, the repair is going to be good enough. What's our Viking count at? It's 5 to 10. I mean, I don't know why Special has gone for these Vikings. He's going to knock the Liberators down, so I guess that's their intended use, as I was saying, but he's never going to win the air battle. Maybe if he drops double armory and goes from there, but Special's going he's setting himself for Liberator attack. It feels like he believes he can win the air battle, which is surprising to say the least. Okay, another drop. Special is throwing a lot of stuff away here. Yeah, Kira still lost more, but a lot of that's from the early game. He's throwing away a lot of his stuff. He's throwing away a lot of drops, a lot of value. And that is the way that Cure finds his way back into this game. If Special gets over-aggressive, he gets impatient. That does happen, but Special, at least he's cleaned up the missile turrets with the 2 Marines that got on in. So drop now into the 3rd base of Cure, because Cure does not have a big enough setup, really, to defend 2 places at once. So drop into that 3rd base. He's going to find a little bit more value, but actually, no, Marines are there, and Special, again, he's going to lose another medevac. That's a lot of medevacs. But okay, Special, he's on triple starport now. He actually has the Viking lead now. Do we have upgrades for the air? No, it's just for ground right now. But he does technically have that Viking lead, although the Liberator doing a great job. It's going to kill 2 tanks. All right, but 3-3 just about done. Special, he's going to have a 3 upgrade lead on this bio, which is massive, insane. It's almost nigh insurmountable. No, sorry, 4 upgrade lead, nigh insurmountable for Cure. It means these drops, if he gets them in, there's a reason he's doing this. If you get the drops in, your Marines just fight so well against the anti-air, or against the Marines of your opponent, but the Viking count is still 11. And that's just doing such a good job of zoning things out, but the drop is going to find its way on in now. And again, 3-3 bio. Powerful force. It's not going to be able to deal with the amount of stuff that Cure has, and the supplies are starting to equalize. And Cure, because he's down so many workers, He actually has a big army supply lead. It's only going to get bigger as max out happens, but now Special looking for this fight right here, right now. Those Marines, they're going to get stuck in a corner, but now they're going to stim on in. This is not the fight for Special. Cure, he's pulling a rabbit out of a hat here. The tanks, they're going to get stimmed upon. All the Marines go down. Special, we're talking about it. The only way you can lose is if you get impatient. It's if you mess up your positioning. Now Special's down 30 army supply. The supplies do not tell the story here. You say 156 to 144. It's fine. Special's down 40 army supply. The tank count, it's 10 to 3. And sure, the Viking lead, yeah, Cure even has that. So yeah, the bio's gonna step forward. Yes, the bio of Special is so much better than Cure's. But the story of TVT is the tanks. The story of TVT is not just the bio, not anymore. So the bio stims on forward here. The tanks are going down. Special has to give up this position. He's gonna lose his third. He's gonna lose so much of what has made this game his. And instead of just taking the map, instead of taking every possible base, he tried to kill his opponents. You don't kill your opponent in TVT. You let your opponent kill themselves on you. You find the next level. You move into Raven. You move into late game. Cure understood what Special was doing. He weathered the storm. And yeah, sure, he's down 4 upgrades. But he's going to have +3 completing soon, and Special just doesn't have the army. Vikings are going to go down. Marines looking for that last-ditch effort, but again, the tank fire is just so damn strong. The Marines of Cure, they're surviving just long enough to move on forward, and not a single tank from Cure has fallen. Now, of course, that being said, well, actually, Special's not mining more anymore here. The tank's moving on forward. Special, he's got all the upgrades he could want. He's got +2 on the tanks, but it is a story of more stuff does beat less stuff. That being said, the supply lead's starting to fall down just a little bit. Special has the air lead now. Now only a 20 army supply lead instead of a 40. Special does have more bases. I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he still does have more bases. So if he's able to stabilize, he might be able to drag himself out of this position that he's in. But this chokehold that Cure has, it's just so hard to find your way out of. And as we've seen, Special has just not found the value from the drop play. He's been trying it. It just has not been working. And the tank shelling right at this orbital and will force it to lift. So Special's just going to drop on top of the tank. Well, you know, if you don't have a lot of bio here, maybe I can find some value with that. 3 tanks will go down. And now it's only 4 tanks in this game for the moment. Special does not have the Viking lead anymore. So the Vikings of Cure, they arrive. They shoot everything from the sky. And now it's going to be much harder for Special to work his way on out. That drop onto the tanks, only possible because Special had the air lead, but now that is gone. Now, nice positioning on the high ground for the tanks. We'll trade 1 for 1. And Liberator's sieging up, but there are Vikings here, Special, and there are Marines. That Liberator does not find much value either. And it's crazy looking at this game. You look at the supply, and it's like, well, hey, Special's in a good spot. What's that on the bottom side? Marines are going to stim on in. Drop, counter drop is going to deal with some of the reinforcements. Tank will siege up, but still surround. So that's not going to work there. And Special was starting to climb his way back up in supply. Not really there anymore, but maybe this has bought him time to find his way out onto the map to retake his natural just a little bit. Liberators are going to siege up. Their job is only to kill these tanks. They don't care if they die in exchange. Bio stimming on forward, and actually the tanks will go down. Special taking a better fight. And it's 7 tanks to 2. That big tank lead that Cure had is not really there anymore. And yeah, oh, Cure's like, oh no. Oh, that's unfortunate. He's going to scan out the fact that Special had that bottom base. What he doesn't know is Special also has the top base, and he's been just power muling it this entire time. So his economy, even as Cure was in a decent spot, it was not nearly the economy that Cure thought he had. The Vikings, they will land, but instead they're going to die. And Special, despite everything, he's still kind of in this game. So Cure now is slowly catching him into his upgrades, +2 armor on the way. So eventually this big bio lead that Special has is not going to be as impactful. Eventually, but for now, again, the bio of Special much better. If he can jump on top of a clump of Marines with his own, he will win that fight. Okay, the army supplies have equalized. Scans just getting dropped everywhere by both sides. Both players are really desperate to know where their opponent is because the game has entered late. Cure, he's got first mover's advantage. It looks like he may be able to deal with the base on the left, but Special, he's going to penetrate right on through the center. Look at the deep seedy underbelly of Cure. And now again, Stim Bio, it's a lot better than what his opponent does have tanks. They're going to look to siege up, but they're not going to siege up just yet. Special running away, does not want to take too many tank shots, does not. A good trade, but he's going to lose a lot of SCVs in the exchange. This base actually should go down. Sure, the bio of Cure, it doesn't survive very well, but what it does do is it kills things. So that orbital is dead. 11 SCVs go down, but Special on the top side, he will be able to catch this army out. Tank's going to look to siege up here. Cure looking for a surround, kind of, but it's not going to work out for him. He's going to get the tanks on the backside. Tank's actually unsieged. Cure trying to get on top of things just now. Vikings maintaining that air lead, but Bio stims forward. I don't even know what to talk about in this game anymore. It is so insane, but the tank line from Cure is going to blow everything sky high. What are we at? 9 tanks to 6. Cure again with the tank lead. 9 tanks to 5 now. And he's going to find this really nice siege position on the north side. But no, he's going to back up for now. So where are we at? Let's see. It is 4 orbitals for both sides. Special has a planetary defending one of his bases. So too does Cure. So we're at the same base count. Cure only down 1 upgrade now, not 4. He's found his way back into that from that perspective. As couple, or actually a drop here, is going to find his way into Cure's base, knocking down a lot of his economy. And Cure has not been building SCVs for the last forever and a day, so that is going to be a problem. Looks like this drop's nope, not going to get out. Snapped down by Cure. But hey, drop in the middle of the map here. Tanks are going to, oh yeah, especially going to get 2 tanks. That's going to do a great deal in bringing the tank counts in line. And now it's 7 to 9. This is just a game of counting, I guess. We have these 2 lines of demarcation where it's really hard for their opponent to go across. It's not straight down the middle, but it's kind of diagonal. Especially going to try to jump on top of this army, though. He understands that he still has upgrades. Bio getting on top of these tanks. 3 tanks go down in the blink of an eye. The Marines die as well. And again, it's paper here. Special, his bio is so much better. And that's the type of fight he's been looking for to try to close out this game. He's been trying so hard and it's been so difficult, but now he's going to find another big fight here. Tanks, they got the first siege up. More and more tanks of Cure are going to go down finally. Special, he tried so hard to throw this game, but Cure could not make it happen. And now, folks, we're going to game 5. In the bottom left, in the red, he almost made an insane comeback in that last game for Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Cure. His opponent in the upper right from Mexico and PSISTORM, he is Special. Can I just say, I really love the intro music I found. I like this a lot more than the rock riffs. Not only because it covers both players and sounds good, and it curtails my intros to 30 seconds, which I think is good. It's so happy. the music I found just puts me in such a good mood as I introduce the players. I mean, the games also put me in a really good mood, let's be clear. But the intro music, it's so happy and epic and uplifting, and I'm just like, great! I'm casting another game of StarCraft. I could not be happier. All right, so SCV finding its way on into the natural here. It's just a scout. Cure, well, he's showing us that he does scout. Unlike what happened against Nice. And, what else am I thinking of? But look at this. Special, in game number 5, he's going to take a risk. He's going Reaper Expand here. It's not Barracks Double Gas Factory, which is, of course, the bog standard. Not only because it can defend you against lots of early shenanigans, but also because it can get aggressive if your opponent attempts to get greedy. So we're going to have to see what Special has in store for us to make sure that he does stay alive, that he's not too delayed. And also because his command center is just a little bit more exposed. Maybe half a second closer to Cure's base, which means it's a half a second less of production. Oh, but who gets the first shot here? It looks like Cure did. But he says, no, I'm going to back up for now. And the command center will be allowed to complete. So Cure, unless he finds value, technically he's behind right now. It's a similar situation to the 1-gate expand that you have in PvP, where if you go 1-gate expand, your opponent goes 2-gate, they either have to all-in you, or understand that they will always be behind in the matchup. A little bit, well, actually, yeah, just about is striking. So Cure, he does have 1-1-1 much faster. Tech Lab on this starport. We may see him go Banshees again. Banshees have, funnily enough, kind of been, yeah, there we go. Cloak, ooh, Cloak on the way. But Banshees have kind of been the story of this matchup, honestly, or this series. Not of TVT in general. Banshees have not been a thing for a bit, but we saw Cure do tremendous damage in Game 3 with the Banshees. Special do what should have been game-ending damage with Banshees in Game 4. And now Game 5, Cure is committing one step further. Not only is he going for Banshees, he's going for Cloak. Unfortunately for him, Special, he's got a starport on the way. Or he's got a Raven on the way. That's what I'm trying to say. So the Cloak is really going to be some wasted gas, which is not going to be all that great for here. And also with Cloak being researched, that means it's probably 2 Banshees. Again, I can't tell you for certain. This is not something that we do not see Banshees in this matchup all that much. But there we go. Second Banshee on the way. A big commitment here from Cure as he tries to find value. But again, the Raven will be out. There's a Cyclone here. There's a lot of good anti-air and anti-cloak available to Special in this game. And it's just going to be so hard for Cure to find value. We might see him go and put 1 Banshee left, 1 Banshee right, and therefore say, you can only deal with me in one spot. You can only have detection in one spot, but Special's going double. Wait, is that second Cyclone? No. First Cyclone out for right now, but he's going double Raven, so at least there will be detection on both sides. So here's the first instance. Cure going to try to find some value. He's going to get 2 SCVs for his troubles to start. SCV's being pulled away just a little bit. 3 workers go down. Lock on, though, on the Cyclone, and Raven will be able to provide vision, so the Cyclone should go down. There we go. Auto turret, not even needed. 3 SCVs for a Cyclone, or for a Banshee. Not really worth it, especially when Cloak was researched. But here's the thing, Special, he's going to run across the map with his... Okay, no, his defensive units, they're staying at home. Cyclone, Raven are where they need to be. So this Banshee really should not find the value it's looking for. This is just Special finding some map control. Both players going Widowmine play. Interesting. Both Widowmines going down, actually, which is kind of cool. But anyways, we're going to see Cyclone number 2, or excuse me, Banshee. Why do I keep calling them Cyclones? Banshee number 2 arrives. 3 workers go down. 6 total SCVs dying for 2 Banshees. Not worth it whatsoever. So Special, he finds himself in an excellent spot. His third base, much faster than Cure's is. But Cure, okay, on the next push, moving in, try to find value. This will get scouted out, though. That means Cure should not be able to get too much done. We're going to have Hellion dive in, but Marines in the choke say, no, don't do that. So now Special, on the understanding, I guess, that he is not going to get aggressive with it. He's got his really quick third base. He's sending his Ravens onto the others. Oh, they're going to snipe the Tech Lab, or they're going to snipe the reactor. That's annoying. And they may be able to get the Tech Lab as well. No, they will. Oh, wait, Raven. Okay. Not enough time on that one. I'm surprised we didn't see 1 auto turret on the command center to further delay that, but I guess Special feels that he's kind of in a good spot already. He doesn't need to do anything more. As Hellion kills a Cyclone, not something you see every day, folks, but happened in this game. So now we're at triple Raven to double Raven. Special owns the high ground, but only has 1 tank sieged up for the moment. And while it is triple Raven to double Raven, technically the Ravens of Special, they have less energy. But okay, now the Ravens, they're going to find the tank. Is this just a snipe? No, they're not going to go for anything for the moment. Ravens of Cure, they're going to try to find their way into the main base. And this is where there's some damage potential. It's going to delay barracks for just a little bit. Auto turret's getting dropped as well, but only 2 SCVs. Delaying the barracks is annoying. That's going to be just about what it is. 4 total SCVs go down. But again, Special's on triple mule faster. He's triple SCV production faster. So his economy, it's in a rather fine spot. No, he's found a nice... He's fine pole position on the middle of the map here. Cure's on the right side trying to find value, but Special's in the middle. He can go and siege this third base up, really put a thorn in Cure's side. Now, Special's going to try to take his third base as well, and Cure's going to try to do something similar. And third base is going to have to run back just a little bit. Auto turrets in the main base. Special like, a little bit late on that pull, as 5-6 workers will go down. It's going to be up 8 or 9 maybe, but it looks like Special's actually going to get the command center. That's the big deal. Tanks sieging up as well. Special saying, well, you're going to kill some workers. That's fine. I'm going to end your life in this game. We're going to see the base go down. Tank is going to die here as well. Third base of Cure is dead. Well, yeah, there it is. Now it's dead. Tanks sieging up the natural for Special here as well. He's got first movers advantage, and that is so important in this game. Looks like Stim will complete for both sides. We're not going to see Special be able to deny that. He probably could have, but I guess did not realize that that was the position he's in. He'd rather spend energy on the tank. The tank does not get the unsiege, so now Bio moving on forward here on top of the production Special. He's just faster into this game. He's just faster onto the production of his opponent. The tank getting shut down once again. A second tank arrives. Special's gonna struggle to get on top of that one, but so much of the production of Cure is going on down. Cure is kind of in a corner though, because the tanks on the high ground of Special, they're doing a great job. We're gonna see so many barracks go down, so many tech labs, so many starports, all of this stuff that Cure wants to be able to build an army, to be able to reset and set himself up for a better game, to be able to build an army that deals with what Special has. He cannot do so. Now it looks like the break coming on in as Special has unsieged, and this is a bit annoying. 1-1 just about done for the Bio player as, or excuse me, for Cure as well, but it's not done just yet. The Bio stimming on in. Auto turrets, they're doing a damn fine job. Special, he wins the fight, and now he's gonna get on top of these tanks, but the tanks actually, they got enough. They're gonna be able to deal with that. It looks like it's gonna trade tank for tank here. Yeah, so 1 tank remains for Cure, but look at this situation he's in. 26 out of 8 in the main base. Special already reclaiming his natural, already reclaiming his third. That's something that Cure cannot do. Cure, he has 3 barracks. Special also has 3, so that's good, but it's only 3 barracks. There's a factory, sure, no starport. Special, if he pumps Vikings, he will always have the air lead. The only thing Cure has going for himself, he has 1-1, his opponent does not. That's the biggest of deals, but when we look at tank counts, Special is up a tank. And that's the far more important thing in this game. Scans out, says, okay, the Cure, that's where your army is. And interestingly enough, instead of choosing to win the air battle, which he already has, I guess that's why he doesn't even need to do that, he's building medevacs. He's adding some longevity to this army. He's adding some repositioning to this army. But the crazy thing is, despite how that game went for the last 5 minutes, this game goes on. This game is not over. And Special's upgrades, the lack of eBays for a long, I mean, the eBays are only just getting started now. It makes it so hard for Special to go in this game. He's got a massive eco lead. It's a truly massive economic lead. But in the words of a Dota team once upon a time, if you cannot go high ground, your lead is false. And here's the big deal also. Cure's economy in such shambles that he cannot afford the missile turrets that he theoretically needs to defend against drops from Special. So actually, Special's going to look to... he should not be able to delay the third base. Maybe he runs in to snipe the SCV, but no. Okay. Running back here for now. Again, he technically cannot take the fight. The upgrades, they're too strong. Although, he does have combat shields, his opponent does not, and he does have healing. So that does fix a lot of the problems, but not all of them. And also the supply, or the... Excuse me, the upgrade lead is going to shrink down a little bit. You're rather slow on his armory, and actually rather slow on getting 2-2 after the armory completes. So it's going to be about maybe 50% build time of a lead for Cure. Now Special going to set up for a siege, and he can get away with some negative trades for the moment. Again, he's been trading much better this entire game. Last 2 games, really. But he can get away with a slightly inferior trade again because his eco is just so much better. So he's going to look to try to siege up this position. He's going to scan and say, okay, your army's out of position here. I can stim it. I can knock the center tower down to start getting... Oh, he's going to get on top of tank. 1 tank goes down. Not quite. Tanks get their siege up, and now just a bunch of Marines. They explode. They go flying away. As we sit here 13 miles underneath the ocean's surface. That's what 2,000 atmospheres is, roughly. Now, Cure's going to try to chase this down. The tanks are not sieged. Cure actually gets the positive siege here. He's going to be able to take this fight. It's so hard for Special to escape now. He needs to pick up some of these tanks. How many tanks remain? It's 5 tanks to 7, so not horrendous. We're not in a position where Special has no tanks. But Cure looking for the siege up just now, trying to take advantage of that infantry upgrades that he does have. But Special has completed his upgrades as well, and now the lead that Cure had, he just didn't get his +2. He could not afford it. Didn't feel like he had the time, I guess. So now Special, he's got his 2-2 on the way, or +2 for both of them, at the exact same time. And with this Viking lead that Special has, he's going to be able to chase down his opponent's stuff. Oh, a couple free tanks. That's going to be rather nice. One of them will go down. The healthy one, arguably even better. As Cure looks for a sieged up position south of his opponent's third. Folks, this series is crazy. This series is absolutely insane with how good Cure has looked, and with how good Cure looked in game 1 and game 3 for that matter, and even in game 2 in the game he lost. I did not give Special a chance as much as I wanted it, but he's looking damn fine here. The bio's gonna run on in. Now, the army of Cure has retreated, so Special, he thought he found a position where he could run in, find value, and yeah, he knocked down a sensor tower, knocked down some of the vision from Cure, but that's gonna be just about it. This army is so heinously overstimmed, especially you gotta run that back to the safety of a tank. Okay. Now here's the big deal. Special scans that, says, okay, there's no fourth base in place just yet, but Special does start to need to get a fourth. As Cure already has his halfway done. It's not a location yet, but it will be faster. That will allow Cure to turn himself into a 3-base Terran. He was muling his main so heavily and for so long that actually this mineral patch is about to run out as we watch pretty much. 10 more trips from an SCV, and I think there are something like 10 SCVs. Okay, it's only 4, but anyway, it's going to mine out very soon. Natural getting rather close to mining out as well. Third base, well, that one's fine. But point being, Cure is going to be able to reestablish himself as a 3-base Terran, which is going to be rather nice. Special, he's got a little bit more mining here. So he's going to eventually take that 4th base. Again, it's a little bit slower, but look at the income. It's been rather Special favored for the most majority of this game. Look at resources lost. It's actually starting to equalize just a little bit. Oh, look at this positioning there from Special. He says, yes, run across that choke. Do it. Dare you. Double dare you. All right, so 4th base just about done here for Special. He will be able to take that one now. It's not going to be horrendous. We're going to start to see the income spike for Cure in a second as the graph does complete, but not for too long. The question, though, is, first of all, Special a little bit slow on his 3-3. But the question really we're asking ourselves is, when do these players decide to go and say, okay, enough with the mid game. Enough with this Marine, tank, Viking, medevac carousel. I'm going to go straight into late game. I think I have it turtled up well enough. I can drop 2 additional starports. I can start moving into Caduceus Reactor, into Ravens, into this army that the mid-game army of my opponent just cannot beat. Looks like not anytime soon. Now Special moving in on the left side. Cure on the, or Special on the right. Cure on the left. Special has first mover here, but he's moving into a planetary, whereas, well, Cure is moving into a more undefended position. There are only 3 tanks sieged on up here. Vikings landing. Special, though, for the moment, he's getting a lot of good tank shots off here. The Vikings trying to move on in, doing a great damage against the mechanical units, but Special is winning this fight. He's actually doing a great job. He's able to get his army back in tank. The tanks, they siege up, but it does not matter. The army of Cure, that was not a good position. That was such a mistake from Cure in this game. It was looking good. He thought he'd found the soft underbelly of his opponent, but instead, that underbelly had claws and teeth and a desire to eat. Special swallowed his opponent's army whole, so now he can find himself in a wonderful position. He's up 12 tanks to 6. He's going to stim on in. He's got a 1 upgrade lead on the bio, so his Marines really win the fight. Special's got the siege up now. Most of the Marines are dead. But the Vikings, they're going to land on top of these tanks because there's not a lot of Marines to deal with this one. But okay, you know, Special's going to back up for the moment. 10 tanks to 5. But now, okay, Special's going to try to take a second siege up position here, make it harder for Cure to go for the break. What does Cure have? He's got a drop moving in. Looks like Special caught a glimpse of that, so he's going to send his Vikings back on home. And we're kind of getting to a point where Cure is maybe going to be supply blocked. I guess not really, because he doesn't have much supply. But now with a Liberator arriving as well, 1 tank will go down. 2nd tank going down as well, because Cure only unsieging the one of them. That's a big problem. So Cure is setting himself up for a big surround, it looks like. Just 1 big battle, 1 big break to try to make sure he can make things happen. Liberators are causing so many problems. Bio-stimming on forward as well, trying to get more damage on these SCVs, on this 3rd command center. And Cure, he's just waffling with this drop on the side. He doesn't really know where to go, because he knows the Vikings are home. He knows That is something. So now Special says, there's nothing here. Doom drop into the main base. The great hammer blow, the great game-ending move from Special in this game number 5. It's been an absolutely insane series with Special. Once again, he's going to get on top of the production. This drop from Cure is going to find no value. Medivacs going on down. Special, he's finding value on the other side. GG Special, he takes it. He does the thing. He scores the points. Cure cannot win this series. Special, 3-2. Hot damn, TVT is awesome against these two at the very least. What a series there from Special. It was not looking good, but he takes it in the end. My goodness.